Hello everyone and welcome to Blaugrana Everything and welcome back to the channel and a match review as we look at how FC Barcelona began life without Lionel Messi in La Liga. In truth, it was a game where the score sheet did not accurately reflect the match as a whole. For large periods of the match, Barcelona dominated the game and at around the 70th minute mark they looked well on their way to recording a routine victory, but for a slight moment of madness that has become almost a trademark at FC Barcelona over the past 4 seasons, whereby we nearly bottled a lead. Anyway, what we're going to do in this video is that we're going to quickly look at the tactical setup from both teams. We're talking about Barcelona's performance on the night, then discussing negatives and positives from the game, as well as picking our man of the match. But before all of that, a quick reminder to hit like and subscribe if you're enjoying this video so you can stay up to date with all the coverage of all things FC Barcelona and all FC Barcelona matches on this channel. In fact, you're going to want to be here for the next match coming up, as Barca have an away trip to Athletic Bilbao, and that's always a difficult match for FC Barcelona. Anywho, let's go ahead and look at how the two teams set up. Barcelona set up as we expected in a 4-3-3 with the following players. In goal, Neto, a back four of Dest, Garcia, Piqué and Alba. We saw a surprise debut here for Eric Garcia. Most of us were expecting Araujo. I was expecting Araujo. In front of them was a midfield three of Pedri, Busquets, De Jong, and up front was a front three of Griezmann, Depay and Martin Braithwaite. Sociedad, on the other hand, did not set up like we expected. They were in a 4-4-2 formation with the following players. In goal, Ramiro, a back four of Zaldua, Elostonju, Lenormand and Ayhen Munoz, with a midfield four of Portiu, Merino, Zubimendi and Januzaj, and up front we had Oyarzabal and David Silva. Let's now briefly look at how FC Barcelona performed in this game. Barca made a strong start to the game, looking very lively and very much like the only team that was in the game at all. They looked faster and sharper than Sociedad's players, who could only resort to repeated fouling, and one player in particular today, Lenormand, I have no idea how he wasn't sent off. Anyway, we'll talk about that later. Griezmann came closest to scoring the first goal of the post-Messi era, first turning a lovely acrobatic volleyed attempt just wide of the goal, then his near post header deflected off the crossbar from a Memphis Depay corner. It was shortly after that though, from another Memphis Depay delivery, that Barca opened scoring. Man of the moment, Gerard Piqué rose highest to meet a Depay free kick, and he nodded past a helpless Ramiro. As the first half drew to a close, Barca found their second goal as Martin Braithwaite scored his first league goal since December of last year after some wonderful play by Frenkie de Jong. Neto had virtually no saves to make, and Sociedad offered very little going forward, and so the halftime score was 2-0. Barcelona then had the ball in the net once again a few minutes after the restart, as Griezmann neatly tucked away after De Jong played him through, but the Dutchman was correctly ruled offside and the strike was chalked off. Barca then had a guilty chance shortly after, as Jordi Alba was this time played through by De Jong, but the fullback somehow put his shot wide with only the goalkeeper to beat. Just before the hour mark goal, Barcelona grabbed the third goal that they had been threatening, as Braithwaite volleyed home his second of the game after some wonderful work by Jordi Alba. At that point, the game was honestly looking won and done, and Barca looked home and dry. But like we saw at the tail end of last season, this Barcelona team tend to switch off much too easily, and from being 3-0 up with 10 minutes to go, Barcelona found themselves 3-2 ahead with 5 more minutes to play. Substitute Lobete pulled one back for Sociedad on 81 minutes after the whole Barcelona defense just seemed to fall asleep, and he easily scored past a static Neto. Oyarzabal then fired in a rocket of a free kick after Sociedad were awarded the most mind-boggling of free kicks. With Sociedad pushing forward for a late equalizer though, there were lots of gaps and spaces that started to show up, and in the 91st minute, Barca took advantage as Griezmann, Roberto and Braithwaite sprung a counter-attack that ended with the Dane setting up the Spaniard for a tap-in after wonderful work by the Frenchman. Barca endured a few more attacks from Sociedad, but ultimately 4-2 was the final score. So we can quickly talk negatives and positives from the match, and as per usual, I will begin with my negatives. I have 3 negatives in particular. First up, new season, same old frailties. Seriously, I doubt anybody was surprised to see us concede 2 quick goals late on. Majority of the blame for that, I believe, goes with the players. I feel that first goal in particular wouldn't have happened if everyone was alert and awake to the danger around them. The rest of the blame goes to Ronald Koeman, and he segues into my next negative, which was tactical inflexibility from Ronald Koeman. From the moment Sociedad subbed out Silva and Januzaj at the start of the second half, Barcelona seemed to lose their authority on proceedings. It was increasingly obvious that Barca needed a tactical shift to respond, or at least some substitutions to freshen up for the likes of Pedri, who understandably looked a little leggy. I mean, this guy was playing a final which went to extra time just about 7 days ago, but he literally came back on Wednesday and he's playing 90 minutes. Anyway, Koeman opted to wait until the 70th minute to freshen up the squad though, and I have to say that his substitutes didn't really have a positive impact on the game because he either subbed them on too late or subbed off the wrong players. Anyway, my last negative was the officiating. What better way to say welcome back to La Liga than to have a referee disaster class right off the bat. I mentioned earlier how Lenormand committed foul after foul, but it wasn't just him. For some reason, Sociedad decided to kick and stomp on Barca players all night, but despite having almost twice as many fouls as Barca, 18 to Barcelona's 11, Sociedad only had 2 more bookings than Barca at the end of the day, with just 4. Don't even get me started on the non-existent foul that led to Oyarzabal's wonder goal. So yeah, all-round trash performance by the referee, and in particular the referee, not the VAR guys or the linesmen. Moving on from there, I will quickly talk positives from the game, which are as follows. First up, there was a solid performance from Eric Garcia and Memphis Depay on their league debuts. Both showed exactly what they can bring to the team and exactly why it was necessary that they be signed by Barcelona. Not only signed, but registered too. Garcia looked very confident and composed at the back, whilst Depay oozed elegance and forced Sociedad players to foul him at almost every turn in order to keep him quiet. My second and final positive was the fact that there are goals in this team even without Lionel Messi. Barca could have easily scored 5 or 6 on Sunday night, and that's testament to the talent still in this squad that even with Messi out, goals continue to flow freely and from different sources. 3 different players got on the score sheet, so whereas Barcelona lost a player who guaranteed them 40 plus goals and assists in the league every season, perhaps they might just have the players that can collectively produce those kinds of numbers for them. With that done, I just have to pick my man of the match, and without a doubt, it has to be Lord Martin Nazario de Lima Braithwaite. With 2 goals and an assist, the Dane legit had a typical Lionel Messi day at the office. Even the way he found an extra gear to skip past the defender and set up Sergio Roberto was kind of like his best impression of Messi, at least according to me. Honorable mention here does go to Gerard Piqué. Not only did the Catalan legend score the first goal of the post-Messi era, but he also is the sole reason why Garcia, Depay and Emerson could be registered in time for them to play on Sunday night. So hats off to him and the other captains for their gesture. But yeah, man of the match was Martin Braithwaite. That does it for my match review. What are your thoughts on the game? Who was your man of the match? Thank you for tuning in, and do not forget to like and subscribe to Blaugrana Everything for more content. Have a great day, and Forza Barca.